One pretty common discussion I have with patients, specifically people with very sensitive skin, meaning their skin barrier has been compromised. It's being undermined by a lot of the things that they do themselves by means of their skincare routine. One of the most common discussions I have with people like that is a discussion to help them use some of these skincare practices that they employ and have been employing for years and sometimes even long decades. And they've been used to them. They're pretty resistant about not wanting to stop. And I have to get in there and really explain to them that those practices in those products are of no benefit to them and often are of only harm to their skin, not to mention their pocket. And they're obviously undermining their skin as the skin barrier is being compromised in their ability to respond to treatment and to clear up inflammation on their skin of various causes. In this video, I'll cover 3 reasons why cleansing is completely unnecessary with only a few exceptions, and we'll delve right into it. Before we get started, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to share and like this video. Now let's get going. So obviously there are some cleansing practices that are helpful and maybe even life-saving, specifically hand washing in the right context to prevent the spread of microbial infection. That is something that definitely works in the healthcare setting, in the food setting, and even at home when handling and treating a sick relative. That can be very helpful. Then there's obviously the polite society consideration of using soap to cleanse body odor under the armpits, groin, and butt crack, meaning the skin folds where strong body odor can be produced in certain individuals. Aside from that, cleansing has very few benefits, believe it or not. And what cleansing does by default is undermine and damage the skin barrier by stripping off the ingredients off the surface of the skin to begin with. And then afterwards, if there's any benefit, the benefit comes second. But by default, cleansing is a harmful practice that actually undermines the skin barrier. So the number one reason not to cleanse is cleansing is an abrasive practice. It actually undermines your skin barrier by default. There are no two ways about it. Every single cleansing method, including, by the way, water by itself, does actually undermine the skin barrier by stripping off the superficial elements for which the skin has to make up once the cleansing has ended. The second reason, which is seldom discussed nowadays, is that cleansing actually harms the microbiome. The microbiome is the microbial population that inhabits the skin and other tissues in the human body, but the skin is our business in this video. It is made up of thousands and thousands and thousands of different species of microbes, from viruses through bacteria, through protozoa, and even some mites, all of which work in perfect symphony, in harmony with the human skin to provide that perfect environment that works for the human being. Now, using cleansing products on the skin, from hot water through detergents and then even abrasives, even physical abrasives, can actually change the properties of the microbiome in ways that we don't fully understand. Now, we do know that the microbiome is involved in human health and human disease, and people with, for instance, conditions like atopic dermatitis have a pretty different microbiota or microbiome makeup than people with healthy skin, or people with other conditions can have changes to their microbiome, and in certain conditions, restoration or reversion of the microbiome to normal, so-called normal microbiome, might actually clear up somebody's condition or at least make it significantly better. So the microbiome is not without consequences. In changing the makeup of the microbiome heavy-handedly and without understanding the consequences, it's certainly not a benefit right out the bat. It needs to be considered as something that needs to be treaded around very lightly. The third reason not to cleanse the skin is that most of the products that you're trying to get off the skin are long gone by the time you go about it and try to cleanse the skin. For example, if you put on any nighttime products on your face, by the time you wake up in the morning, those products are probably long gone. Long gone maybe a short while after you apply them to your face. They disintegrate, meaning some of those compounds are not very stable and they're gone within minutes or hours after application. And the rest of it is water, which evaporates, or compounds that crystallize and are being shed by the skin, along with dead skin cells, which are being shed 24/7. This is an ongoing process. The skin never sleeps. it continues to turn over and things get shed away from the skin, and some things get absorbed as well. Meaning something you've applied at the beginning of the evening or the beginning of the day is no longer there at the end of the day or the morning when you go about to wash your face. Some people very heavy-handedly try to get rid of some compounds that they've applied to the skin hours earlier, but those compounds are long gone, so you have zero to worry about. What I would recommend is doing, if you feel very uneasy about leaving your skin uncleansed, use lukewarm water to wash the face in the morning and at bedtime before you go to bed. If you do have visible residue of anything that you apply in the morning or at nighttime, by all means, you can cleanse your face, but I would do it very cautiously. Specifically, if you've been wearing makeup all day and you want to take your makeup off, makeup is actually a product that's designed to stay on the skin, but your best bet to get rid of makeup is actually to remove it with an oily remover such as white petroleum jelly or coconut oil on the tips of your fingers or on a cotton ball, which will be much less abrasive and irritating to the skin than, say, micellar water or your makeup removing pads, not to mention any one of those cleansers that people use to remove makeup from the face. Once you've done that, once you've completed removing the makeup, you have a residue of coconut oil or petroleum jelly or shea butter balm for that matter that is going to stay on the skin as a moisturizer, and voila, you're done and ended up with a moisturizer on the surface of your skin. If you're dealing with sunblock, for example, most sunblock products do come off with lukewarm water, and there's no need to go after them with detergent-based products which are going to harm the skin and get rid of ingredients and elements which belong on the skin and you really don't want to get rid of. Well, those are 3 reasons for why you shouldn't cleanse your skin. For more information about skincare scams, shenanigans, and tomfoolery, don't forget to pick up my book, Sick Skin, Skincare Made Simple, on Amazon.com, now available on audio. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to share and like this video. Thanks for watching. God bless.